Hey Breck students, Frank here from AFP with a video on the Smart Drummer feature on GarageBand for iOS. Today we're going to be talking about how to use it and record with it on our projects. As you can see here, I have some pre-recorded acoustic guitar tracks. Let's give them a listen. In order to use the Smart Drummer feature, what you're going to want to do is go to the Add Track icon at the bottom left-hand side of our screen, scroll over to Drums, and click the Smart Drums icon. You'll be brought to this page. If you haven't already, you're going to want to enable the Smart Drums by pressing the power button. So, what you're going to want to do is drag the small drum icons on the right hand side of our screen into the square like this. And when you feel like you have your beat, be sure to listen to your beat against what you've recorded. So I'm going to go ahead and play the beat that I just made and press play on the track. It's a pretty helpful feature because you can adjust how simple the drummer is playing, or how complex the drummer is playing, or how loud or quiet the drummer is playing based on the X and Y axis of the drum pad that you see right here. So I'm going to move this kick a little. I'm going to move it to a more the more simple side of the graph, and then I'm going to move the hi-hats to the quieter side. I'm sorry, the cymbals. And I'm going to move over the shaker and play that against my beat. Another cool feature about using the Smart Drummer is you can change how the drum sounds. You can change it from a hip-hop drum machine to a classic studio kit. So let's change it to classic studio kit. And you can do that by clicking track settings and going to the drums list. You have classic drums, classic studio kit, hip-hop drum machine, house drum machine, live rock kit, and vintage kit. I'm going to change my drums to the classic studio kit. So I'm going to click done and go back to the Smart Drummer. And I'm just going to drag and drop the drum icons into the XY axis of the Smart Drummer pad. I'm going to drag some cymbals in there to be just like very quiet and minimal. Hear that ride? Maybe some light Latin percussion. Now let's hear that with the beat that I have. Let's hear that with the guitars that I have pre-recorded. sounds pretty cool. So what you're going to want to do is record it by just simply press the record button, and you'll be greeted with a 4-bar count-in. But you're going to want to make sure to have your drums enabled. I feel like this feature is extremely helpful because basically if you drag and drop your drums anywhere on the smart drummer drumming pad, it basically syncs into whatever tempo your project is in and whatever quantize your project's in. It basically knows kind of how you want your drums to sound, and I think that's pretty cool. So what we're going to do is we are going to change the sound once more of these drums. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click reset. Actually, no, I'm going to just go to track settings, and then I'm going to go to vintage kit, and I believe it resets itself as it just did. Perfect. I'm going to go back to the smart drummer menu right here, and I'm going to drag my drums in there. So I put the kick and snare in. Kind of want the snare to be a little more simple than that. Same thing with the hi-hat. Minimal cymbals. And maybe some shaker down there. And then I'm going to go ahead and record that. Wait, make sure I'm on 0, and then I'll record that again. 2, 3, let's get it. And you just hear it lock in. Yeah, so that's basically how to use the Smart Drummer on GarageBand for iOS. It's an extremely helpful feature that helps the user, it gives the user a chance to really make a simple song and a cool song out of just your iPhone, and you don't really have to know how to play the drums or where are the drums placed to, make the song sound good. So, yeah, explore the different drum sounds and try the different patterns that you can put and record different things. And if you have any question or comments, please leave a comment in the link below, and I'll definitely try to get to you as soon as I can. All right, well, have a good day, and I'll see you soon.